A group of extremists in Lahore are running a campaign to convert the historic Gurudwara Sri Shahidi Asthan into a mosque. The campaign is being led by a cleric named Sahil Bhatt, who called for the conversion of the Gurudwara by occupying a vacant plot of land adjacent to the shrine. But the Evacuee Trust Property Board, or the ETPB in Pakistan, has rejected Bhatt's call as baseless propaganda. They have also demanded disciplinary action against him and his supporters for trying to malign Pakistan's image. The ETPB is a statutory body of the Pakistan government tasked with managing properties left behind by Hindus and Sikhs during the partition. The Gurudwara Shahidi Asthan is extremely important for Sikhs across the world. It was here that Bhatt Tharuji, a prominent Sikh, made the supreme sacrifice in 1745 by having his head sculpted rather than cutting his hair or converting to Islam. When Sahil Bhatt's video appeal started circulating on social media, even the Indian government took notice. The Foreign Ministry issued strong protest with the Pakistan High Commission in India. New Delhi asked Islamabad to investigate the matter and to take immediate action to protect the Gurudwara. Punjab Chief Minister Amarinder Singh has also condemned the effort to convert the Gurudwara, and he urged Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar to convey his concerns to the Pakistani government. WION's principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Civil, is joining us live for more on this. Good evening to you, Siddhant. Now, a group of extremists in Lahore running a campaign to convert this historic Gurudwara into a mosque. What is the latest that you have for us on this?
Well, Alison, this is a symbol of deteriorating situation of the minorities in Pakistan trying to convert a Gurdwara which is almost 200-year-old, in fact 275-year-old Gurdwara, and it shows the dichotomy between the government policies and what is happening in the country, because at a time when the government of Pakistan claims that it is doing everything possible to make sure that minorities remain safe in Pakistan, these kind of situations or stories come up, and this is just not one example. We have seen previously also Hindu girls in the southern province of Sindh being abducted and converted. And one thing we have seen that New Delhi has become increasingly vocal about these development situation of minorities, Hindus and Sikhs, and this is not the first time that the Indian government has reacted. In the past as well, the Indian government has reacted, especially relating to the conversions of the Hindu girls in Pakistan. And in fact, Indian government has raised the matter at various multilateral forums, including at the United Nations Human Rights Council. But by and large, it doesn't look like situation is going to improve very soon in Pakistan. In fact, we heard the words coming from that Maulvi Sahil Bhatt, who clearly said that this is a land for the pure, and they would like to convert the Gurdwara, the holy shrine, into a mosque, something of course which shows and highlights the dangerous trend in Pakistan. We know India has come up with the citizenship amendment law. Last year it came up with this law, and since then the Indian government has been focusing on bringing back minorities. We know just over the weekend WION broke this major story of how India is bringing back Hindu and Sikhs from Afghanistan. So perhaps doors will be open from Pakistan as well for the minorities.
Right, and Siddhant, New Delhi has asked Islamabad to investigate the matter and take immediate action. Has there been any reply yet?
Well, yes, Alison, New Delhi has asked Islamabad, but it doesn't look like that Islamabad is very keen to listen to anyone in the world, and especially, of course, New Delhi, given the deteriorating relationship between Islamabad and New Delhi. But one thing New Delhi is making sure is to highlight the situation and the plight of minorities in Pakistan, whose number has gradually decreased over last 70 years. And of course, we have seen how the government of India has been talking about making sure that minorities in the region feel safe through the citizenship amendment law. So by and large, the Indian government as a policy is going to highlight. In fact, the Indian government's release yesterday came only after the Sikh groups here in Delhi went to meet the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, the JS by division. And of course, we know after that the Indian government came up with the release. So we do expect more Indian government reactions in coming days and months. In fact, the Indian government also reacted recently on the demolition of over 1,000-year-old Buddha statue in the northern Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. So do expect the Indian government to become more vocal in coming few days and months regarding situation of minorities in Pakistan.
Right, Siddhant, thank you very much for that update.